Listen up, college football fanatics. The 12-team playoff just delivered pure chaos. The top 4 seeds received byes and then lost their first games. Ohio State ran through the bracket for the title, but that was just the appetizer. The commissioners are already eyeing 2 massive changes that could flip everything you love about this sport upside down. We're talking reseeding. We're talking 16 teams. And one of these changes? It straight up murders the underdog story. Stick around because I'm about to break down the hidden costs that nobody's talking about. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this before your team gets screwed. Here's what most people missed. Before the 12-team format even kicked off, the committee pulled a fast one. They changed the rules from top 4 conference champions get the bye to top 4 overall committee-ranked teams get the bye. Translation, they don't care if you won your conference anymore. That move right there, that told us everything. These guys will rewrite the fundamental rules of the bracket if it serves their purpose. And now they're eyeing 2 more changes that'll determine whether your team's regular season actually matters. Change number 1, reseeding. That's changing matchups after the first round so the top seeds never face a tough opponent. Change number 2, expansion to 16 teams. More teams, more games, more chaos. I've been tracking these proposals for months. The fine print reveals who wins and who loses the future of college football. And spoiler alert, it's not who you think. Reseeding, trading upsets for order. Right now, the bracket is locked in stone. Number 1 plays the winner of 8 versus 9. If 9 pulls the upset, number 1 still plays 9 in the next round. That's how brackets work. That's how March Madness works. But reseeding, that flips the script completely. With reseeding, after the first round, they re-rank the remaining 8 teams. The new number 1 always plays the new number 8. The new number 2 always plays the new number 7, every single round. The pro-reseeding crowd says it's about fairness. Why should the number 1 seed get punished for someone else's upset? They want the top seed to maintain its earned advantage throughout the entire tournament. Here's their dream scenario. An undefeated Georgia sits at number 1. Some Cinderella story, let's call them the new UCF, sneaks in at number 9 and pulls a first-round shocker. With reseeding, Georgia gets rewarded with the easiest possible quarterfinal matchup. Without it, they might face a battle-tested 8 seed that just proved they belong. But here's what they're not telling you. Reseeding is a protection plan for blue blood programs. It kills the bracket chaos and unpredictability that makes March Madness legendary. You're trading the possibility of a Cinderella story reaching the championship game for the correct championship game. Think about every great tournament upset story. They all depend on that Cinderella team avoiding the buzzsaw early. Reseeding guarantees they run into the buzzsaw as soon as possible. It's like the committee saying, we'll let you have your cute first-round upset, but then it's back to business as usual. The SEC and Big Ten are salivating over this idea. Why? Because it protects their massive investments. It ensures their top-ranked teams get the easiest path to the title game. It's bracket manipulation disguised as fairness. Picture this. Alabama loses their starting quarterback in week 3, but still finishes 11-1. They get the 2 seed. Meanwhile, some group of 5 champion goes undefeated and earns the 7 seed. In the current system, if that G5 team pulls an upset in round 1, they might catch Alabama with a backup quarterback in the quarterfinals. That's their shot at glory. With reseeding, that G5 team gets rewarded for their upset by immediately facing the toughest possible opponent in round 2. Their Cinderella run ends before it really begins. But what about the fans? What about the magic of David versus Goliath? What about those moments that make you jump off your couch and spill beer all over your living room? What about the water cooler conversations on Monday morning when everyone's talking about how some no-name school just took down a powerhouse? Reseeding kills all of that. Dead. It turns the playoff into a corporate sanitized version of what college football should be. It's the difference between watching genuine chaos unfold and watching a predetermined script play out with slightly different actors. The 16-team campus revolution. Now let's talk about the flip side. Expanding to 16 teams unlocks something that could save college football's soul: campus playoff games. Picture this. In a 16-team format, the top 8 seeds host first-round games. That's 8 different campuses, 8 different student sections going absolutely mental, 8 different traditions and fight songs, and everything that makes college football different from the NFL. Imagine Penn State hosting a playoff game in Happy Valley. Snow falling, whiteout crowd, 110,000 people losing their minds. The band playing the fight song after every first down. Students camping out for tickets like it's basketball season. That's not happening in some sterile NFL stadium in Arizona. That's happening where it belongs, on a college campus. Or picture this, it's December, and Boise State is hosting a playoff game on the blue turf. The entire city shuts down, local businesses are packed, alumni are flying in from across the country. The atmosphere is electric because this isn't just another bowl game in a neutral city. This is their house, their moment, their shot at glory. The local economic impact alone would be massive. 8 different college towns getting playoff revenue instead of corporate bowl committees in neutral cities. Hotels packed, restaurants slammed, local businesses cashing in. We're talking about millions of dollars flowing directly into college communities instead of corporate pockets. But here's the catch that nobody wants to talk about. More playoff teams means more average teams get in. And that erosion of the regular season, that's the price we pay for the campus atmosphere. Right now, every conference game matters. Every rivalry game is life or death. Lose 2 games, you might be out. That pressure creates the intensity that makes college football special. It's why Alabama versus Auburn means everything. It's why Ohio State versus Michigan can determine playoff fates. Expand to 16 teams, suddenly you can lose 3 games and still make the playoff, maybe 4. The regular season becomes a long audition instead of a survival test. That November rivalry game that used to be winner take all, now it's just another game because both teams are probably getting in anyway. And let's talk about what nobody mentions, the academic side. These are supposed to be student athletes. Adding more playoff rounds means more travel, more time away from classes, more pressure during finals week. You're asking 18-year-old kids to balance playoff football with organic chemistry exams. Think about the logistics. A 16-team playoff means some teams could play up to 4 additional games. That's an entire month of extra football. That's missing more classes, more study time, more of what college is supposed to be about. But man, those campus games would be something special. The tradition and pageantry would be off the charts. The student sections would be legendary. The atmosphere would make every neutral site bowl game look like a high school scrimmage. So you've got this impossible choice. Campus playoff games would create the most electric atmosphere in all of sports. But you're guaranteeing more mediocre teams make the playoff. You're making regular season losses matter less. You're turning college football into a participation trophy sport where everyone gets a chance. The question is the campus atmosphere worth diluting what makes the regular season special? The verdict: balance versus greed. Here's where it gets really interesting. The most logical path forward combines both changes. Reseeding plus 16-team expansion. Think about it. You get the campus atmosphere from expansion. You get the fair matchups from reseeding. The best teams are rewarded, but more deserving underdogs get their shot. On paper, it sounds perfect. But this is really about something way bigger. This is an existential debate about what college football should be. Are we chasing NFL-like parity and market reach? More teams, more games, more revenue? Or are we protecting the unique value of the college football regular season? Here's the brutal truth that nobody in power wants to admit. The SEC and Big Ten will ultimately favor whatever structure guarantees them the most revenue and the highest seeding. They don't care how epic the fan experience is. They care about protecting their brands and maximizing their payouts. Reseeding does exactly that. It ensures their top teams get favorable matchups. It protects their massive investments in coaching salaries and facilities. It makes the playoff more predictable and less risky for their blue blood programs. The 16-team expansion, that's just more inventory to sell, more games to broadcast, more advertising revenue to split, more opportunities to showcase their premier brands on national television. But here's what they're missing, and it's huge. The magic of college football isn't in the predictable outcomes. It's in the chaos. It's in the upsets. It's in the moments when everything you thought you knew gets turned upside down. The 2007 season when nobody could stay undefeated. Boise State beating Oklahoma on the blue turf with that Statue of Liberty play. App State shocking Michigan in the Big House. UCF going undefeated and claiming a national title. Those moments don't happen in a reseeded, corporate-controlled playoff system. They happen when the little guy gets a legitimate shot. When David actually has a chance to slay Goliath. When the regular season chaos carries over into the postseason instead of getting sanitized away by committee rankings and protective seeding. The committee has a choice right now. They can create the most epic postseason in all of sports, one that combines the best of March Madness chaos with the passion of college football. Or they can create the most predictable, corporate-friendly version that protects the biggest brands while squeezing out the magic. The scary part? The corporate-friendly version is winning. The people making these decisions care more about TV ratings and revenue streams than they do about preserving what makes college football special. We're at a crossroads, and the path we choose determines whether future generations get to experience the magic we grew up with or just a watered-down version designed to maximize profit. So here's where we stand. The committee is walking a tightrope between being epic and being predictable, between protecting the top seeds and preserving the underdog story, between campus atmosphere and regular season value. The changes are coming whether we like it or not. The question is, what kind of playoff do we want? Do you want 16 teams with campus games, even if it means your regular season matters less? Do you want reseeding to protect the top seeds, even if it kills Cinderella stories? Or do you want something completely different? Drop your ideal bracket format in the comments below. Tell me what changes would make the playoff truly epic and fair. Because this conversation is happening in boardrooms right now, and your voice matters. If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really going on behind the scenes, smash that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss future analysis of the changing college sports landscape. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.